Benny the Butcher issued material in the late 2000s as Benny, including the full-length Projects the Mayor's Back and Chains Bond. By then, he had initiated a long-term alliance with Westside Gun and Conway as the Forerunners, a group that also included his brother, Machine Gun Black. The bond tightened in the mid-2010s as Benny helped build Westside's Griselda Records, releasing material such as 2016's My First Brick and the following year's Green Lantern collaboration Butcher on Steroids, all while making regular contributions to other releases in the label's catalog. Tana Talk 3, a joint Griselda and Black Soprano family recording produced by Alchemist and Griselda associate Daringer, brought Benny a new level of acclaim that stimulated continued growth throughout 2019. That year, Benny appeared with Westside and Conway on DJ Premier's Headlines, released the Billboard charting The Plugs I Met, featuring Black Thought, Jadakiss, and Pusha T, and signed a management deal with Roc Nation. Benny teamed up with producer Hit Boy for 2020's Burden of Proof, which featured guest spots from Lil Wayne, Big Sean, Rick Ross, Freddie Gibbs, and more. The following year, he paired with beatmaker Harry Fraud for his sequel EP The Plugs I Met 2. He also released the 38 special collaboration Trust the Sopranos and the solo EP Pirates Picasso. Johnny P's Caddy, a collaboration with J. Cole, appeared in 2022, in advance of Benny's full-length Tana Talk 4. Benny then appeared on tracks by artists like Armani Caesar and Maxo Cream, as well as Black Soprano Family's album Long Live DJ Shay. In November 2020, Benny the Butcher was shot in the leg during an attempted robbery in a Walmart parking lot. On October 27, 2021, Benny the Butcher canceled a concert at Detroit's St. Andrews Hall after he was hospitalized with asthma, a condition he has both rapped and spoken about in interviews. In a verified annotation on Genius's lyric page for his song, Where Would I Go, off the 2020 album Burden of Proof, he wrote he has lived with asthma for 25 years and the condition forces him to go to the emergency room 2 or 3 times a year. While on the other hand, in 2004, rapper Gibbs set out to be the Midwest's unofficial street poet, releasing a series of mixtapes that were as complex as they were gritty. Influenced by the likes of Tupac, Biggie, UGK, and Bone Thugs and Harmony, Gibbs filled his lyrics with honest and compelling stories of his hometown's demise, a steady decline which he helped contribute to as a drug dealer. He dealt out of a Gary, Indiana recording studio, absorbing a steady stream of uninspired rhymes while pushing product. Figuring he could do better, Gibbs began writing his own lyrics and cut some demos that would eventually land in the hands of Interscope. When the label signed Gibbs in 2006, he moved to Los Angeles and recorded a debut album, but a year later the management of Interscope changed hands and the rapper was dropped. He returned to Gary, and then moved to Atlanta until producer Josh the Goon convinced Gibbs to give LA another try. In early 2009 he released the Miseducation of Freddie Gibbs mixtape and compilation to critical and message board acclaim. The Midwest Gangsta box frame Cadillac music mixtape soon followed, as did a feature in The New Yorker that found writer Sasha Frere Jones declaring Gibbs the one rapper I would put money on right now. Late in the year he released the 81-song mixtape The Label's Trying to Kill Me. As the mixtape's title inferred, Gibbs had, like Jay Electronica, become a 21st-century internet-age hip-hop star, able to draw press and earn a loyal following via downloads and mixtapes instead of the usual industry channels. He finished 2009 proudly and signed, but in 2010 he made a rare above-ground appearance with the STR8 Killa EP, released on the Deccan label. After signing to Jeezy's Corporate Thugs imprint in 2011, Gibbs released an EP titled Lord Giveth, Lord Taketh Away, with Static Selecta, followed by mixtape Cold Day in Hell. Babyface Killa followed in 2012, but by the end of the year, Gibbs announced that he was no longer signed to Corporate Thugs. His proper debut album, ESGN, appeared on his label of the same name in 2013. The following year, Gibbs released 2 collaborative efforts, Pinata with Madlib, an album on the underground producers Madlib Invasion label, and The Tonight Show with DJ Fresh, an entry in the West Coast Producers Collaborative series. Gucci Mane, E40, and Tory Lanez landed on 2015's Shadow of a Doubt. In early 2017 Gibbs released Crushed Glass, the first single from his third full-length LP, You Only Live Twice, which dropped later that March. Freddie, a commercial mixtape with cover art paying homage to Teddy Pendergrass' album Teddy, appeared in 2018. Gibbs and Madlib then returned as a duo with Bandana. Issued via major label RCA, the June 2019 release entered the Billboard 200 at number 21. The following May, Gibbs and The Alchemist teamed up for Alfredo, a number 15 hit with assists from Benny the Butcher and Conway the Machine, as well as Rick Ross and Tyler, the Creator. Later in 2020, he landed a streaming hit with The Big Sean and Hit Boy assisted Four Things, then kicked off 2021 with Gang Signs featuring Schoolboy Q followed by Big Boss Rabbit. Gibbs executive produced and starred in the drama film Down with the King. Near the end of the year, Alfredo received a Grammy Award nomination for Best Rap Album. Gibbs issued several singles leading up to the release of his long-promised Soul sold separately full-length. Gang Signs, featuring Schoolboy Q, Big Boss Rabbit, and Black Illuminati, featuring Jadakiss, all appeared in 2021. Ice Cream, featuring Rick Ross, and Too Much, featuring Moneybagg Yo, followed in 2022. Soul sold separately, Gibbs' first album for Warner, arrived in September of 2022, with guests and producers including Pusha T, Kelly Price, Anderson .Paak, and James Blake.
What's up with you and Freddie Gibbs, man? Thought y'all was homies, y'all went on tour and all this shit.
Really ain't nothing up, you know what I mean? Like, I don't get too like into like rap relationships with niggas, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times it don't be real. You feel what I'm saying? And so like, I guess that nigga put a tweet up with some weird shit, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I wouldn't know why he did that shit.
Because y'all was homies, right?
That's what I thought. You know what I mean? So
Is this your first time going through like industry crazy shit? It's gonna happen more and more.
No, but it's the first time because even if a person do something that made me look weird, because like you said, like yo, I thought that was you. I thought that. You know what I mean? People asking me like I can't tell you. You know what I'm saying?
So was nothing that led up to that? It was like no argument.
I can't.
He stepped with Jordans.
I can't think. I promise I couldn't. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
At one point in time, Benny the Butcher and Freddie Gibbs enjoyed a fruitful working relationship. In 2020, each appeared on the other's album, with Benny turning in a verse on Frank Lucas from Freddie's Alchemist-produced album Alfredo, and Freddie returning the favor thanks to some assistance from Jay-Z on Benny's Hit Boy-produced Burden of Proof offering, One Way Flight. Both also appeared on Texas rapper Bobby Sessions' 2021 Manifest single, Gold Rolex. All of those tracks received praise and seemed to indicate that the two rough-voiced street rappers were on friendly terms. They even teased a potential joint album to be released in 2022, so why are they beefing now? Freddie's sense of humor has been the impetus behind a lot of the trouble in which he finds himself, and this time appears to be more of the same. Things seem to have gone south in late 2021, when Freddie jokingly tweeted about a recent incident in which Benny was shot in the leg during an attempted robbery. Unfortunately, Benny wasn't amused. Months later, when Benny was asked about the status of the joint project during an interview, he said the collaboration was no longer being released. Later, in another interview, he said the opportunity to complete the album came and went. When Freddie laughed off the response with an unsubtle reference to the robbery, Benny snapped back on Twitter. From there, the pair's problems appear to have escalated to physical violence. Benny and his crew were seen brawling with Gibbs at a local restaurant when he stopped in Benny's hometown, Buffalo, to do a show. He performed that show with a black eye. Ever since, they've been taking jabs at one another via social media, such as a video Benny posted showing off a chain allegedly stolen from Gibbs' girlfriend during their restaurant fight. While Fred has sent repeated invitations for another, one-on-one bout, Benny seems content to taunt him and demean his gangsta aesthetic after Gibbs failed to produce a gun during the brawl. Not only do we not get that collab album, we get to watch two grown men squabble on the internet like high schoolers. This can't even really be all that fun for fans of immature rap beef because we haven't gotten one diss track out of it. Hopefully, that'll change. Even better, maybe they can actually hash out their differences and get back to making more great collabs.
I'm not trying to be a tough guy or nothing like that.
Right.
But in this situation, whenever I reacted, it's been heavier. So people like, damn. But like you said, you ain't seen nothing until that Ebro. He was already a year talking about niggas go to Houston get shot. That was a year since then.
Okay, see,
it make the news when I speak on it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whatever he did, whatever you see me go crazy that day. It's because he did something. Nobody know. When I go, damn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. So I gotta realize is that people look at me as in a different light how they look at this guy, to be honest with you. So they're like, man, that's just him. That's just him. People.
That's it for this video. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel and click on the notification bell for upcoming videos.